John, did you see such a big win coming against such a quality opposition? They just 6 days ago they beat Geelong.
I thought we actually played some pretty good footy ourselves last week. I mean, we kept Fremantle to 5 goals for 3.5 quarters, and obviously everyone's focus after the game was on the last 10 minutes, but we're actually confident that the first probably 3.5 quarters we actually played some pretty reasonable football last week. But still, to play like we did tonight, I thought was fantastic. I thought we ran really hard both ways, and we were able to put the pressure on early in the game and maintain it for the full quarter effort. And I thought it was a fantastic win. I mean, he was sensational. He's been building into a bit of form probably the last few weeks and getting better and better, and playing a bit midfield, bit forward wherever he wanted him. Probably a little bit midfield over the last couple of weeks, and he seems to have really relished that. And his run, and I thought his game tonight was probably as good as he's played for a while.
To get that win against a real contender after at least 4 July, not quite get there after 3. What does that do to the mindset?
Well, I think we've got to make sure we put it all in context. So, Collingwood have got a few injuries. We've got a few injuries, I guess. So, both teams aren't at our best as far as strength-wise. But I think that was probably the thing I was really pleased with tonight. We were able to adjust, and the players that come into the team were able to play pretty good roles. But importantly, the other blokes, particularly our leaders and experienced players, really stepped up and played a really strong game.
Yeah, because you played so well as the Indigenous superstar, was a great thing. The Indigenous Round, but the incident played in the game, can you talk about that and how that played, put a bit of a dent or the whole celebration?
Well, I hope not. I mean, we've got to make sure that that'll be addressed by the authorities. Adam was clearly disappointed and upset, and he's confident that the AFL will work through it. And I think the AFL have been absolute leaders in that space for a long time, and it's something that everyone takes really seriously. And he was clearly disappointed, but he's happy for the AFL to take the lead and really let them deal with it.
Are you shocked that happened, especially this week, but in
Look, I don't know a lot of details about it just yet. I mean, I haven't had a long conversation with Adam, and I will in the coming days about it. But I think it's just disappointment, first of all. And we were really thrilled that Eddie Maguire came into our rooms after the game and was apologising. It wasn't Eddie's fault, but I thought it was an indication of how seriously the industry takes it.
Did you say on the
Yeah, he was a bit upset. I mean, he was upset. He was disappointed. Oh, no, he was due to come off anyway. He'd done his job for the game. We were absolutely wrapped with how he played, and that message went out quite a few minutes before that. We were happy to get him off, and I think his performance was magnificent. It shouldn't, we should also acknowledge that. I think it's really important. He played so well, and so did a lot of other blokes, Kieran Jack and Hanbury, and I think that needs to be acknowledged as well. I thought it was a really strong team performance.
On his performance, John, how much does Adam set himself on this occasion to the Indigenous team?
Oh, it's something I don't talk to him about. It's something that he's probably driven to do. But he's a proud man anyway. He'd be playing as well as he can every week. But he's a leader in his community, and he's a powerful figure, and he's drives himself enormously anyway. But the way he drove himself tonight was pretty special. Yeah, he'd been getting better. He'd been getting better over the last few weeks. He'd been getting a fair bit of the ball, and I think last week he had 28 possessions, and didn't probably have the finishing that he had tonight, but tonight he had the finish. But I thought, that midfield group in particular worked really hard. I thought Hanbury played another really good game. Jack played another really strong game. And I thought Milcheski, McVeigh, those blokes played really well. So it was good to get our good players playing well, and that's what you need to do when you play against a quality team like Collingwood. Oh, he was. No doubt he was. The other blokes were working hard too. I thought it was a pretty good performance by everyone. Probably our most consistent. Yeah, I think we've played some pretty good quarters here and there, and even halves of games. But I thought tonight's 4-quarter performance was probably our better one, probably our best for the year.
Are you surprised Collingwood played very close in the fourth one? Or played their hands?
No, not really. I think that we thought that that's what they do. So, you've got to be mindful that they had a terrific win last week against a team that was undefeated. So everyone looks at it now and you go, oh, I'm not sure about that. But last week it was a fantastic performance by Collingwood. So, it's always the benefit of hindsight. But I thought we expected them to play with their structure.
What can you tell us about Sam Reid?
He hurt his quad. I just spoke to him briefly before I came in here, and he said he's still a chance next week. I haven't had a good chat with the doctor yet. That was Sam's words. So obviously he hurt it a bit though. He wouldn't have come off otherwise, and we wouldn't have subbed him. So we'll see how he goes during the week.
Just a run and spread tonight, the way you were able to hurt him on the counter attack. Is that a real standout feature for you?
Yeah, I thought our run was pretty strong last week as well, and I think we've been getting better at that over the weeks. And I thought tonight some of those blokes that through that midfield half-back area really ran strongly and gave us that bit of zip when you need at the MCG. And I thought that was a strong effort, strong running game from us. Okay, thanks.